I got a white one too. Wait, what's that?
I don't even know.
Is that a clucking one?
I need to see your identification.
I don't know if that's the way a saber sounds.
I need to see your identification.
But he's one of those stormtroopers.
Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody so much. I guess we should tell you happy May the 4th be with you, as it's Star Wars Day, and that's just the way things are around here. So what are we here for? I have no idea. Steve, tell us about you.
I thought you wanted me to tell you about VIDLIFT.
Well, let's start with you.
Oh, okay.
I want to make it easy.
I'm Steve Turtle, and I'm a work camper, and I drive around and find campgrounds that'll allow me to work, stay for free, and pay me a little money. Make videos from time to time about places we've been and things we do and the crazy stuff we get into. And I'm not crazy. Jill is.
And David couldn't make it because he went camping. So, sir, could you tell us about your channel?
Dave? Dave's not here, man. Who's Dave? Hang on. Just kidding, it's me, guys.
Oh.
There he
I
is.
made it. No.
Hey.
All right. Truth be told, no. Oh wait, that's Donovan's line. The camper is stuck in the mud behind the house, so we didn't go camping. So I'm here to help you guys out because I know you couldn't carry this on your own.
True. Thank you.
Who are you? Who are you?
Hi, friends. I'm Scott from McGuire's Own Tires, and we are a family of 4, and we travel around finding fun adventures in our RV. And David, I'd like to point out that now that you've taken your mask off, you have an indentation in your forehead right here. Just beware.
Where's the love in that?
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
And what's your channel, by the way?
Oh, that guy. Talk.
I am from McGuire's Own Tires. Check it out. McGuire's Own Tires. If you want to see some bad videos, that's where to go.
Whatever. You make great videos.
My name's Donovan.
Great poop videos.
He's definitely a stinky, slinky kind of channel. There's no doubt about that, Scott down there. So my name's Donovan. I'm from RV on the Wayside, and I used to make videos, and I plan on doing it again soon. Like hopefully this week, if I can ever get it done. All right, so why are you here? We're here because we're going to watch 1 minute or less segment of a video submitted by one of our viewers. We each take turn about 2 to 3 minutes mentioning what we liked about it and 1 or 2 things we might consider as an idea or an option for next time. Then we'll watch that video again and have a short roundtable discussion and talk about what was said and possibly pop up a few of your thoughts from the chat. So if you've got ideas that we haven't talked about or want to make a comment about something was said, please put it in the chat and we will try to catch that as we do that part. Let's see. Let's take off this banner and get professional here. All right. If you'd like to submit an entry, your video can be on the show as well. Just email the show at vidliftinfo@gmail.com and we'll link with a link to your video and tell us 1 minute or less segment that you would like us to review, and we will do it. Mark your calendars. The next show will be at Steve Turtle's channel, Tuesday, April 11th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And in case you forget, it's on the thumbnail, and we put it at the top of the chat with a link to Steve Turtle's channel. Speaking of Steve Turtle's channel, if you guys did not know, supposedly there's a couple PBS videos running around with Steve Turtle on it, and I just put it in the chat for you. So if you'd like to see Steve Turtle get more airtime than Bob Wells during this video, please watch this PBS NewsHour exclusive. This was an actually older video, but they just re-released it. So we wanted to just share that because we now have a TV star on this show. All right.
There's a link on my community page to the first video.
Oh, very good. On your community page.
Yeah.
Do those of us who aren't monetized yet, can we have access to that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get on there.
Okay.
Go on over. Get on it. Like it. Comment. Do all that stuff. You can do it.
You can do it. All right. Are you guys ready to get started?
Whew.
All right. Yeah. So our first video, and as she said, this is a not so great video. That's her words, not Scott's, David's, or Steve's. Just so you know, I know that's what you were thinking, but I would never say that. Anyway, this is from Camping Therapy and our great friend Doreen. And I'm going to share it with you right now, and you will be seeing Doreen's not so great video. Oh, thank you so much for doing this, Doreen. Really appreciate it. Where did her video go?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hang on. There's another way to fix this.
Donovan, have you hosted a show before? Is this new?
You know, it's amazing. I don't know why, but I did have him lined up, but I think all our talking got me a little off kilter here.
Got him all wound up.
Oh, my gosh. This has been
on the video
already.
It should play. Just click on the video. And then
so what you do when you have someone making fun of you, you just keep talking. So that way they can't actually make fun of you. That's the trick here. Here we go. I'm still struggling. All right. We want this and this. All right, let's see if I can do this any better than I already have. What a great start to this show.
Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I'm recycling my couch cushions. I need foam for the little small dinette at the front end of the camper. And instead of buying cushions, I have this couch that I don't want anymore, and I'm moving in less than 2 weeks. So the couch is out for trash pickup, but I have kept the cushions. And what I've done is I've taken this one out and I measured it. You can see here for the cushion, the seat for the dinette. So what I'm going to do is straighten up these lines. First of all, show you here. Show you what I'm going to do. I got a Sharpie. This is the corner here that is correct. So I'm going to line that up and draw my line. Okay, so now you...
Okay. All right, Steve, what did you think? I don't know why.
Okay, I got it. I must have kicked a wire loose or something. Yes, I agree. Camping therapy. Doreen and I go way back. Not that we dated or anything, but I met her while I was at Millbridge, and she had no idea what a YouTube channel was. She just did punch needle, and I talked her into a channel. And then the next thing you know, she's got 2 channels, and she does very well. She did not know anything when she started, and I don't know how many other people have been that way, but she just grabbed it and started to learn and started to do, and she has come so far along. I'm pretty impressed. Now, I love her content. She does a lot of vintage campers, and there's a lot of demand for those. So just about anything she throws up there gets a good many views, and she's got some videos that have done very well. However, we're only reviewing the clip and not Doreen or the whole video. I like the content. I think she does very well at picking what people are looking for. And the fact that she's redoing her couch and salvaging the material, I think is really good content. And I think people will come around and watch it. I think it has 111 views. I don't know when it was out, but anyway. So I love the content. Now, something I would do different is, number one, I think I would start with a hook instead of just coming out and go, hello, everyone. I would come out with a hook, something about, recycling material or repurposing, furniture or something that would get people interested instead of just, sort of a hello. I think that would be something that she should try. She had also talked to me about an intro. I don't know if an intro is necessary. Some people have them, some don't. Some people just skip ahead when there's an intro. It just depends. But I think for sure she should come up with a hook for her video. And then the second thing I think she needs to try is she needs to try jump cuts. And do some voiceovers, some B-roll, because pretty much it's her talking and then she grabs the camera and tilts it down so that you can see what she's working on. She should try, not that she needs, she should try some jump cuts, some cuts where you cut some of that out, show the material, show herself, and then mix that up. I think it would be better, and I think people would respond to it better. 5-second rule. So I think with her cutting the foam, it was something like 20 seconds, and she probably could have did 5 different shots: a start, a close-up of the cut, her face, and then the material falling away. I think that would give it a little bit more snap, and it'd be easier for people just to stay connected with the content and watch it. Now I'm going to hush. That's it. That's my take.
Oh, man, I really appreciate everything you said up there. That was awesome.
I was just hoping I wasn't muted.
Well, it's so cool to be sitting under somebody that's like an Oscar winner by 6 degrees of separation.
Shut up. I'm going to mute myself.
So, all right, Doreen, we really ridiculously appreciate you sending us this video. It was terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I told you, Doreen, in the chat, sarcasm was coming. It wasn't terrible. Doreen, I really, the fact that you manage 2 YouTube channels and you still put out content regularly, and you've been going through some life changes. I think you said that you had just recently moved. That's a lot to take in. I'm going through some of that stuff right now, and I've had to reduce from 2 videos a week to 1 video a week on 1 channel. So I give great props to you for being able to pull that off. I think you're doing amazing. So still had to find something. I'll pick on the audio. There were little popping sounds in the audio. The little things like that in the audio you will find will oftentimes push away the regular viewers faster than the quality of the video. If the audio is bothering them, it's going to make them take off. So I think there's a few others, but in the interest of not stepping on my roommates here in this window, I think I will leave the rest of them to them. Just to let you know, I wasn't saying your video is terrible, Doreen. That was just me joking around. I thought it was great, and I just applaud the fact that you get out there. You're doing stuff. It's awesome. All right, what does Scott have to say?
Well, Doreen is a genius because when you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, a how-to video is what people will click on. So the fact that you're doing a how-to video on something that people will use, that's genius. That type of video, when titled and described correctly, will really take off for you. You guys know I'm a fan of B-roll. So I'm like Steve, that beginning segment, I would like to have seen the finished product. So as you're talking about it, you can still have all that narrative, but show us what it's going to look like. Show us where you're starting. Give us a design layout, like a blueprint, like you would use for your needlepoint. This is what we're going to do. And then some graphic on the screen, step by step. This is what's about to happen, what you're about to see. Even if it's just a handwritten, this is what we're about to do. That gives me an idea of what's coming. Like Steve was saying, the cuts, when you grab the camera and said, here, let me show you, that could have been a cut right there with your voice saying, let me show you. And then it'd be cool if the angle changed to above, looking down on the project. That would have been a perfect time for that. And let's see, the very end of the video, I know we're only doing the first minute, but fast forward to the very end of the video, we saw your finished foam cutout in the camper and we saw that it fit perfectly. I would like to have seen the finished product. And maybe that could be a video series of 2 or 3 videos where we see, well, here's where I cut it. Here's where I wrapped it. Here's where I installed it. I don't know if that would be a series, but just the time I hung with you to see the project, it'd be cool to see how it finished because, you know, like on PBS shows, when you're watching Bob Ross or Bob Vila, the things that people like are watching and going, oh, that's something I can do. You see the finished product and you go, oh, I could do that. So just a step-by-step and a finished product. But again, the fact that you are taking a how-to video, genius, very smart.
I'm not going to name drop like George Clooney or Benedict Cumberbatch or anything like that. So since you said Bob Ross and Bob V, I was like, wow, I had to stop and think which one's who.
Just name drop Steve Turtle.
That's right. Just drop Steve Turtle.
I was going to the PBS theme tonight. I thought we were doing the PBS theme.
That's right. Yes. So first of all, I like the idea of the hook and I love the idea of showing the finished product. But what I really love about what you did, Doreen, is I love the fact that it's a how-to video and you just got right to it, because a lot of times how-to videos have this big, long, drawn-out beginning when people really came to find out how to do what you told them you're going to do. And you got right to it. And I really thought that was good. And the idea of taking old couch cushions and repurposing them never occurred to me before you submitted this, because I didn't see this video when you first released it. And I got to tell you, that's an amazing idea. You already had me thinking about what could I do. So that was pretty cool. They hit on a lot of good stuff. You might add a little music during the, maybe not in the beginning, because the beginning you were really trying to make your statement about what was going to happen, but maybe add a little music in the background during the cutting and measuring and stuff like that, and make it feel like B-roll, but still keep it so you can talk over it. Nice soft music in the background, something like that. And everybody talked about different cuts. I would have liked to seen even more of a close-up, like when you went to draw your line, to actually show you right there and have the camera watch the marker right next to the ruler and then pan back out. So you could actually like focus on the action for that moment and then see what the big view was. Something like that I think would have been kind of cool. Okay, let's open it up. So go for it, brother.
Thought you're going to roll it again before the roundtable.
You know, I'm supposed to roll it again before the roundtable.
Have you hosted a show before, Donovan? Is this new?
Oh man, it has been so long, right? Is that how this
Donovan
works?
hosted a show before?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. How long has it been since I've done this?
Apparently a couple of years.
Oh, it's been like a couple months. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. All right, let's hit it full screen this time. Here we go.
You can see I have a straight line. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I'm recycling my couch cushions. I need foam for the little small dinette at the front end of the camper. And instead of buying cushions, I have this couch that I don't want anymore and I'm moving in less than 2 weeks. So the couch is out for trash pickup, but I have kept the cushions. And what I've done is I've taken this one out and I measured it. You can see here for the cushion, the seat for the dinette. So what I'm going to do is straighten up these lines first of all. Let me show you here. Show you what I'm going to do. I got a Sharpie. This is the corner here that is correct. So I'm going to line that up and draw my line. Okay, so now
We're back.
Back, baby.
You know, Donovan, you were talking about starting and showing a little bit of drawing the line, and then a close-up of drawing the line, and then maybe pan back again. The trouble with that is that you have to it's multiple shots. You got to set up, get started, move the camera, do it again, move the camera, and then you edit it. But the payoff is so worthwhile. It's extra work, but if you've got time while you're filming to do that as a viewer, instead of watching the same thing for 10, 12 seconds, I'm watching the same thing broken up into 3-second increments. I mean, that's a smart trick. It's extra work, but it's really cool.
She had stated that it's just her phone on a tripod. I'm not sure if she's got more than one camera, but that would definitely take. I would have done it with 2 cameras to get like those multiple shots. Just leave the one rolling from the side, and then if you have something else that you could do to follow the cutting or the line drawing or whatever, that would have helped. Of course, I mean that's going to make more work in the end too, as well for the editing to put those together.
A couple people mentioned there's too much. You know, a lot of times how-tos have way too much B-roll. So that's a great point. That definitely happens.
You know, it's sort of a rule that you read about or see videos about, the 5-second rule. You know, 5 seconds, move on to something else. But you know, rules are meant to be broken. So sometimes just talking is fine and people are okay with that. I guess it's sort of like normal conversation where you don't have all that action. But I prefer the 5-second rule and try to, you know, change things up. Something has to change every 5 seconds. It's not necessary that it does, but in the sense of getting different shots, like a close up and one far away, I usually would, for instance, I would make that first cut and just video it. The second cut, I would move the camera in close and make that cut. And then that way you can move the camera around and then you can cut and edit your pieces together. But then you'd have to have several cuts. Now, if you're cutting boards or things where there's numerous things that you're going to cut, it's okay. But then, you know, if you make one cut and that's it, it's a challenge. I mean, you got to really put a lot of time into editing.
You know, you make a great point. If I'm searching YouTube for a how-to, I'm going to repair my toilet or repair my washing machine. These are things I've searched YouTube for. How to clean out the carburetor on the pressure washer. I don't care how good the video quality is, as long as I can learn what I need to learn. And
right,
Maureen, you've got that in your advantage. But the other day, I found myself watching a landscaping channel. This guy was doing nothing more than cutting grass, weeding, and blowing. And that's all he was doing. And because of the way he had put his cuts in, before I realized it, I looked down, I had just watched a 20-minute video of a guy cutting grass. So, you know, if your target audience is somebody looking for the how-to, you don't need to do any of that. But if you want to suck somebody in like me and go, oh, I just got 20 minutes out of your life, I mean, put in those cuts and make a difference.
That's probably one of the better compliments you'll ever get. I just watched 20 minutes of your video and it felt like 5. And that's the way a video should be. It should be boom, 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 boom. But anyway, that's just me.
Well, the way that she just jumped into this one, I noticed there was like a lack of branding. Unless you knew, I mean, if you cared, not everybody's going to care, but just if something said camping therapy, it doesn't have to be an intro. Literally could just be words that go across the bottom, says camping therapy, just for a little branding purposes. But I liked what Scott was saying about the end result. And it would be kind of neat if it wouldn't have to be long. Literally like in a 10-second at the very beginning, just show quick clips of like, this is how great this will look when it's done. Well, let's show how we did it. And I think that would be a nice hook, because some people may start it off and go, well, how do I know what she's going to accomplish without having to skip to the end? So she had something real quick at the beginning that just showed, we're going to do this. Let's get right to it. I think that would help more people maybe stick with it.
So Doreen said one of the things she really wanted to show is how easy it was to use an electric knife through the foam. And Spaceman Dudley said, Doreen, you did a great job showing how easy it was, like cutting butter, like butter. So you should go watch the rest of this video, because when she cut that foam, I was like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. So you learn a lot from these how-to videos and things that you would never think to do. I would have never thought to do what she did to cut that foam. I would have squeezed it tight and used scissors and just make a mess.
But it's a great topic.
And that's a good point, Donovan. You know, when you share little things like that, it's something that they might not find on another channel. You know, that's a tidbit, an experience that, you know, you've learned to do that, and it's quick and simple, and you can, some people may not know.
Donovan, you mentioned music a minute ago. There were 2 things, Doreen, with your audio that I think I would have taken a look at. There was like I don't know if it's air conditioning sound, or there was a background noise of some sort. In your editing software, there's probably just a simple button like enhance audio or remove background noise or something. Sometimes that works like a charm, and sometimes it changes your voice so much that it's not worth it. But adding some music super soft can cut out some of that, to where you've got the tiny music layer and you got your voice and you don't notice the background noise. I was watching this weekend, there was a talking head. It was a YouTube guru that I was watching, and I watched probably a dozen of her videos this weekend, one right after the other. And I was probably on video 7 before I realized there was music underneath. It was so subtle, but it cut out background noise and it added a little bit of momentum. When it could just be dull talking head was all this person was doing, it added just a little bit of, it kept things moving, even when she was talking about analytics on her channel, but it was just something underneath there.
It's a good life with Dora and Ed mentioned also something that we've talked about before, and that's when you're using one camera, you can, even if you take it a whole shot, you can cut and do a zoom in shot and then zoom it back out. Even if it was all one, you can break it up just by doing that to keep it moving. So that was a good suggestion. I'm trying to think. If you like what we're doing here, please consider taking time to make fun of everyone here as often as you can. And you might even hit the subscribe button if you wanted to. We love to hear the comments and the feedback that you have. That'd be great. Shall we go ahead and try the next one?
You can, but something happened to Dave. I think you hurt his feelings. Are you crying, Dave?
Is Dave here? I thought he wasn't going to be here.
Dave's not here, man.
No, that was wishful thinking, Donovan. That was wishful thinking.
Oh, sure. Twisted on me when it was him. I love that. You're so clever, Scott. Okay.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man.
All right. This video is from Sooper Traveler. That's Sooper Traveler. By the way, all the links to all of our channels and the videos you're watching are in the description. This one is
wait. You're going to make me criticize Sooper Traveler?
You're going to try.
I'm going to fail.
So because Doreen was so sweet and sent us that what she sent us, knowing that it wasn't her favorite, we're going to try to go the other direction and see what we can see with something that looks a little like this. Wow. I'll tell you what, we'll reverse it. What do you think, Scott? We'll go the other way.
Because as the newbie, I only have a couple of things, and I know y'all are going to take mine, so I want to go first. I learned from Donovan a great tip, and I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being for real. One time in my life, from Donovan, I learned that nobody wants to see driving footage. We know what it looks like to drive down the road. Don't put driving footage in your video, and if you do, it needs to be this much. We just watched a video, and we were all focused for like this long on driving footage because he didn't want to show us that he was going somewhere. He wanted us to see that he was leaving somewhere. So when he showed his driving footage, y'all catch what he did? We watched it backwards. Who shows driving footage backwards? That was genius. So we're going backwards down the road. Then he changes the angle, and we're watching the trees. And later on in the video, you're watching like from the inside of the car. You're seeing out the window. You're looking under the steering wheel. It's like the things that you see when you're driving, but it's not the things that you see when you watch somebody do a video of it. It was really well done, really smart. And what was cool was we were focusing on leaving that place because everything was in reverse. The place we were coming from was in the distance. We were going away from it. But then there was a shift, and now we're going towards something. We went across the picnic table toward the water. We were going toward the mountain. We were rising in the water. So we went from leaving a place to going to a place. And so if you're going to show driving footage, at least be creative with it. And what was really cool is during that driving footage, there was a change every 2 to 3 seconds. We didn't stay on anything more than just a couple of seconds. And I'm big on B-roll and fast cuts. And he did it. He took us somewhere with fast cuts. One pet peeve of mine, and I've tried to get away from it, but in some instances, it still is a pet peeve. I don't like to see the camera. I don't like to see the shadow of the camera or the tripod that it's sitting on or something. And after all this beautiful footage, what are you doing, Steve? Oh my gosh. When we were
sorry, I got distracted. Sorry.
When we finally got inside the car with him and we're watching him drive, we're actually looking at his arm while he's driving. And, they just brought up just a second ago that you zoom in to cut a little bit off. Had we zoomed in this much, we wouldn't have seen his arm, and it would have just been him driving down the road. Because what do you call it? You lose the you break the fourth dimension, or what is it? What am I trying to say? Is that right?
Fourth wall.
Yeah. Yeah, we break the fourth wall, because I was watching this and I was totally there with him. And then I went, oh yeah, he's filming this. And that was just, I mean, if I had to pick something that I would like to have seen different, just zoom in this far, it would have made that really cool.
I'm kind of speechless because I'm a huge fan of Sooper Traveler. I'm glad to see he's back on the scene. If there's anybody else here, I know Donovan follows him. He had disappeared for a while. And I was quite genuinely concerned because this guy's videos are amazing. I was honored to be in the same category as far as like number of followers we had and whatnot. But I'm like, this guy's a rock star. He's making better quality videos than some of the other people that we like to watch that have 100 and 200,000 followers. So when he dropped off the face of YouTube for, 6 months, Donovan? Is that about how long he's been gone? Donovan? Tune in, Donovan.
Yes, it was 6 months. He actually went and started a business. So he'd been
That's
off,
right.
and this is his last video for probably even a little while yet. I think he's still working on other stuff, but
Okay.
He does want to come back.
So, well, he's got new stuff coming out now. I'm getting notifications that he's like, I guess he's learned about shorts now and stuff like that from putting out the shorter videos. So I was very sad to see that he hadn't put out any videos in a while. So it was really hard for me to look at his stuff and criticize it because I kind of idolize it, honestly. He's somebody that I look at some of those shots and realize that I may have subconsciously been copying him already because it's just brilliant stuff. So I guess the one criticism I have is that if you all just watched this video for the first time, it was ruined by Donovan's internet.
Did it stutter?
It was stuttering.
Oh my gosh, really?
just a smidge. No, okay. All right. No, there was one criticism that I picked up on earlier because I did do the homework at the last minute. He had digital stabilization wobble. Did anybody else catch that? Yeah. So that's about the only criticism I could offer. Everything else was perfect in my opinion. I'm not as hard as Scott, so that's all I got. Take it away, Steve.
I'm sorry, I keep kicking this cable right at my foot. I don't know. Now I look like I'm lagging. Okay. Spaceman Dudley, he says, whose video was the last one? Can someone drop the link? Where can they find the link, Donovan?
In the description, it's Sooper Traveler, SOOPER Traveler. It'll be in the description for you.
There you go. Just down below, there's a description area, and that's where you'll find the link. Yeah, I thought I want to talk about the whole video, but I'm going to stay focused because, you know, I don't want to be the one that's going off on the wild blue yonder and talking about things that I shouldn't be talking about. But anyway, the clip, I love the clip. I love the jump cuts and the fact that just like we were talking about, 5 seconds, boom, boom, boom. When we replay this thing, you watch it at least every 5 seconds, there's something next to view. And I love the driving, you know, backwards, that view. And I sort of felt like when he was showing as he was showing things that he had already done, it was a reflection of his trip. So, you know, you're driving down the road and you're thinking, wow, that was so great. And he's showing all these things that, you know, he saw during his visit or his camping trip. And I thought that was awesome. And the video itself, I thought was awesome too. If I had to say anything, and this is just only me, because I have a very short attention span, I thought it was a little long and maybe too many waterfalls. But that's it. And I'll talk about the other stuff when we do the, what's that thing we call? What's that? Round robin? No.
All right, just interrupt, Steve. That's what you got to do here.
Oh, sorry. All right. I'm done.
Round table.
Yeah, round table. That's it. The round
We're in a
table.
square, but you know it's kind of round.
Yeah. All right, Donovan, it's all you, brother.
So the music swelling, and it felt like the scenes you were seeing were moving with the music. It's like when it got a little more exciting, the trees were going by a little faster, even though there was probably normal speed. It just felt like the music was completely part of the scene. It didn't feel separated or something you added on later. It felt all intentional. And with Vignish, that's his name, he killed it. It was amazing. So you guys already mentioned the couple things I could think of that I would change, but there's no point. Even the shadow thing, I get, but sometimes that's intentional. And I don't know if it was for him, but I don't know. I watched it like 3 times all the way through, and I don't know how you can have too much waterfall. But so I don't really have a criticism that hasn't already been mentioned. So I'd love to hear what else you guys got to think about this. Oh, I do have one thing. Drive time. So because Scott did bring it up, if you could ever do drive time, that is the way to do it. Because I always say, man, if you did more than 5 seconds, it's too much. I guess there's a way to do it more than 5 seconds. I stand corrected, and I was wrong because that was brilliant. All right, let's watch this.
Donovan, have you hosted a show before? Is this new?
Just ignore him, everybody. No one has to listen to him when it's not his turn.
Awesome.
I gotta say, man, I wish, I'm jealous. Let's just put it that way. I wish I could film like this, and hopefully us doing this stuff, I'm learning so much from you guys and the chat that video's got to become better. I mean, there's no doubt, but if I could ever make something like this, I would be extremely proud of that.
I just settle for you making something.
Donovan, you talked about music a minute ago in here and how it matches the mood of the clips. It does. The clips match the feel of the music, but as we got farther in, I noticed it didn't. It almost lined up, and I don't know if the average viewer would notice, but for me, like the music would change, and maybe 2 beats later, the video would change, and everything else was so amazing that the video almost lined up with the music. That was I don't know if that's typical for him or if maybe I don't know, but that was one odd thing in this clip.
I don't know. Keep in mind that he probably edited this after he's been working on his new job. So I don't know if he rushed it a little, but most of his stuff is like on the note. So you probably picked up on something there, actually.
But it was so subtle. I don't know that everybody would pick up on it.
Well, we do because we edit so much, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I mean, a dozen times.
We're digging for something, content for this show. I need something to say.
I love the video. I think it was awesome. I love the fact that he starts off with a quote. I know that's not part of the clip, but you know, I just love it. Jobs fill your pocket, adventures fill your soul. And that's really all about an adventure. You know, it's just that. And the thing that caught me at the very beginning of this video is that it emotionally drew me in. And if you can do that with a video, if you can get some emotion into the content that draws that person in, it's just as, I mean, that's the best compliment. That's the next best compliment you can have, because you know that's really what you want to do. You want to arouse somebody's emotion, whether it's sad or funny or happy or you know whatever it is. And I think he did that in the very beginning, especially with the little deer. The little deer, you know, you can call them. That's all I wanted to say.
I don't know that he couldn't have been a real movie maker. I mean, if he had pushed the limits, I really think I always look at his stuff as films. I don't look at them as videos. That's how much I really love the stuff he puts out. And even when he takes the moment to do that sitting and talking times, I don't find myself, if he doesn't change the scene where he's talking, I don't find myself bored with it. I don't know what he's doing or how he's making it different, but it does feel different.
He does so little talking that when he does actually talk in his videos, it's almost like you're like, oh, he's gonna say something. I'm interested.
Dan, the vintage RVer, referenced 120 BPM. So for everybody, when you're looking for music for your video, if you've got parameters that you can put in, some music services are fast, medium, slow. Some you can say, I'm looking for 128 BPM or 120 to 140. What you're looking at there is BPM is beats per minute. So if your BPM is 60, that's 60 beats per minute, which is one every second. That's pretty darn slow. So 120 is twice that. So it'd be like a march. Bum, bum, So that's just moderate. If you're looking for something, hey, listen here. Just because you didn't pay attention in band class, I'm going to get you right now. I'm going to teach you. Okay, Dave? So if you wanted something a little faster, a little more energetic, you're looking for 140, 160, 180, somewhere around in there. If you're looking for something a little more mellow, maybe 80 beats per minute. And I'm saying this because not everybody knows it. Dave.
I did not know. I did not know. I have learned something. I thank you very much, Scott.
Oh, quit being nice. 160. What?
Yeah, beats per minute. Don't you know it? It's like the drum. Bum,
Oh, I thought he was doing 160 beeps. BPS.
Beeps.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Hey, does any?
I'm now jamming out to the marching band from a 4th of July parade in my head, thanks to Scott.
Now,
So
not to change the subject, and I know you're in charge, Donovan, but is there a music service that you can search like songs, like Willie Nelson's song, and get songs that are similar?
So the intro, did that music sound a little like a Star Wars thing? Yeah.
Yours?
Yeah, the intro with with this, you know. Yeah. So that was using Epidemic Sound. I just wrote Star Wars, and there was 3 songs that came up, and that one's called Seatbelt On. And sure enough, it sounded like Star Wars. So it works on Epidemic Sound.
You taught me something, Donovan. I didn't know I could search for music like Willie Nelson. I've never even tried that.
You just put in Willie Nelson, and it'll give you stuff that might sound like it. So I thought that was cool.
So wait a minute. I'm going to teach a concept. Dave does this. But when Donovan does it, Dave says, thanks, Donovan.
I did it. I say it like this, and you say it like this. That's the difference.
Yeah, where's the love in that?
So I got a question for you guys since we've got some time left. What are some ways? I'd like each person to say 1 or 2, just so we can all have room to say something. But 1 or 2 ways you can express emotion in your video without words, without actual words. You know any, Steve?
Sound.
Like music?
No, like
Oh.
sound effects.
Oh, very good. All right.
Like when I was doing the phone call in the bathroom over to the stalls, and like a flushing of a toilet, or a little toot or something like that.
Or an explosion of a toilet.
Yeah, or an explosion of the toilet.
That's a good one. Yeah, sound effects is good. What do you think, David?
Well, obviously, facial expressions would be an easy one. I was going to say music, but I'll save that for Scott. Yeah, facial expression. Apparently, Scott's really into my facial expressions. He's watching me like really closely. I've definitely identified myself as the last chair in the saxophone row for Scott. So, yeah, I mean, I could sit there and, make some emotion, and I don't know. What am I doing right now? I really don't even know. I'm looking at myself.
Is that a stiff upper lip?
This is just getting creepy. I better stop.
What do you think, Scott?
Well, first of all, in no way am I fascinated by anything related to Dave's face. I just want to get that out there. That is not a feeling I have. But
you only get to see part of it anyway. It's all covered.
Yeah, you should brush it. There you go.
Oh, here we go. Look. Oh, I was ready for him.
Good.
This needs to be ASMR.
What do you think, Scott?
I would say you can look at colors and lighting. Last week we watched that video out at what's that Texas place, Dave? Where you spend a lot of money for the lady that likes to use shiplap.
Up at Waco, the Fixer Upper store, Magnolia. We watched that video last week, and it was a bright green and a bright white. And even though it was raining outside, that's what we were focused on. But by contrast, you could be like here today. We had a huge storm. Yesterday, we had a tornado right down the road, and the skies were so dark in the middle of the day. That's gonna take you to a place of emotion, of feeling. So between the bright contrast with the dark, I mean, just the colors and the lighting can contribute to that.
Something that came to mind for me was like when someone's talking and they stop talking to express the emotion. Like, let's say they're really kind of nervous. You might show just a shot of their hands only rubbing together or something, or maybe a close-up of a bead of sweat on their forehead and them just wiping it off. Things like that, just a little cut to something else to show that emotion. If somebody was like, what else did I write? Like, let's say it's a scene where two people are starting to look at each other and and almost like they're about to fall in love. And you cut to a scene of two bunnies with their little noses touching. Those kinds of things, they're funny, but they're letting you know what that emotion is really strong. And that's one I thought of too. So,
plus,
man, those are
that's
some good ones.
That's good cuts too. I mean, cutting from your face to something else, I think is, just goes along with the B-roll, but not too much.
The beats per minute of music too could also, I thought Scott was going to say something about it, but we'll think about 180 beat per minute song. You got to be careful with it though, because it could be really exciting, happy, dance party. Oh yeah, we're having a good time, but it also could set someone off on an anxiety attack as well at 180 beats per minute. So you got to make sure it's something else there to guide them on that emotion.
Yeah.
Talking about music, part of music is the absence of sound. I was watching a documentary recently, and it was building, and it hit the big climactic moment where this guy was super frustrated, and the music stopped. And he walked into the locker room. It was at a basketball game, and he just smashed the locker. And he let out this huge groan. And you went there with him. I mean, you felt it with him. Where did I see that? Was that? I don't remember. I saw it somewhere recently.
That was incredible. What a great idea.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Steve?
No, I was just telling Scott. I think that's awesome, and it is absolutely right. You're following along with the music, and then when there comes to a part, maybe you want to speak without music, but that sudden stop in the music changes. That's one of those changes. That's like, every 5 seconds something changes, and it calls for, I don't want you to listen to music. I want you to listen to me, or somebody bang on their locker, whatever that is.
There are some great contributions in the chat, Donovan. I don't know if you've caught those. As you're looking for them, I'll tell you my favorite was Victoria May Life Unfiltered said, if you want to communicate without your voice, use sign language.
Oh, that's a good one.
But in addition to that, there are a lot of really great ones in there, all through there.
Dan the Vintage RVer said, don't make too many video cuts at 180 beats per minute. Your eyes will bleed. Doing the editing, I can attest to that.
Oh, yeah.
Gasp of breath. That's a good one.
And then right above it, the Coleman said extreme close-up is good. Because depending on what's going on here, that could really, and it doesn't have to be a face. Extreme close-up on something. I mean, this makes me feel a certain way.
I just got thirsty.
It makes me think of those comedies when someone's about to have an awful moment and their face gets all contorted and it zooms in on their face and then it comes back. Those are great moments.
VidLift does not currently have a sponsor, but we would welcome one.
That's another Waco reference right there. Dr. Pepper from Waco.
Diet Dr. Pepper cream soda's mine. So we're all in the same game here. That's awesome.
Dr. Pepper didn't sponsor this video.
No. But we're open. They can email vidliftinfo@gmail.com. Also, you can do that.
Anything.
Call Me V had a couple right at the very beginning, and I think we happened to say the ones that they were sharing. Facial expressions, colors, and backgrounds. I didn't even have to prepare. I could have just looked in the chat and just copied all those answers.
Change hats for different scenes.
V is very observant. She's sharp.
That's an old Donovan hat trick.
What's that?
Changing hats. Oh, Steve Turtle. Changing glasses mid-show. What happened to the blue ones, Steve? Did you get rid of those?
All right. Oh, there they are. Well, first of all, thanks everybody for coming. May the 4th be with you. We had fun doing this on this day. I'm so excited it worked out because it's like my favorite holiday. It's not a real holiday, but it's my favorite anyway. The next show will be on Steve Turtle's channel next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can always check the thumbnail if you forget, and it's at the top of the chat. One other thing I'd like to say, please submit an entry. We would love more entries. We do have some, but we'd love to start stocking them up. Please send them. All you have to do is follow the little thing below that's ticking by. Send an email to vidliftinfo@gmail.com with the link to your video and tell us which minute or less segment you would like us to review, and you will probably make the show. I have to say, for everybody, do you have any last word, piece of advice before I hit the tagline?
Well, I've threatened it before. If people don't submit videos, you're going to have to watch one of mine.
God, please don't make us have to do that.
You don't. I got a shower video we could watch.
Oh God. Oh my goodness. David, do you have anything that makes sense?
I didn't. No.
No, because you weren't even supposed to be here today. So everybody, thank you so much for coming. Let's lift each other up and let's learn together.
Bye.